So the next step we want to do is to import or create a door. Now the door that I have here, which you see in the model from the cover image of this course, this is a model that I grabbed from 3D Warehouse. If you go to Windows, 3D Warehouse, and if you type in Architect Series Contemporary, you'll get a list of these doors from Pella. Now the door that I use for this one, I believe, is right here. And you can see it because it has the handle in it, and we can go ahead and download that directly to our model. And I'm going to go ahead and put this side by side so we can see it's pretty much the same exact door. And a couple of reasons why you may want to use a door from 3D Warehouse or not. And a couple things is that there's quite a bit of detail in this door. Now that can be good or bad. It's good if you're getting a really kind of a close-up rendering or view of your door. The bad thing is these models from 3D Warehouse can sometimes contain a lot of files, a lot of layers that can really start to increase the size of your file. So there's nothing wrong with using these, but you might take in consideration that you can create something just as nice looking without being so large of a file. So you just see in here, you can just see all the intricate detail that they added here, which is very nice. So another thing with these models that you get from 3D Warehouse is, as you can see as I select it, there's kind of this offset here. So what is going on there, if I go to View, Show Hidden Geometry, and Show Hidden Objects, now I can see that there's some sort of trim piece around the door. Now if I want to see that, what I want to do is double click and click it again, and let's right click, and it still says hide, so let's double click it one more time, and let's see if we can select it. There we go. Let's right click unhide, and there, now it's showing that trim. And then here we see there's another piece on this back side too. If we select it, click unhide, there we can actually see that extra little trim piece that they have there as well. So there's nothing wrong with this, but if you just want the door, you're actually getting a lot more than just the door. So let's undo some of that, get rid of that, and let's not view those hidden objects or hidden geometry. And let's go ahead and grab this door and place it in our model. So now what I want to do is, because of that ghost image there, which I can delete that object. Not an image, that object. I could delete that object, or I could just go around here and select the corner of my door, and let's go over to our house here, and we can kind of place it right in that space there, so it fits really nicely there. Again, if you want that trim piece, we can double click, and let's go to View Hidden Objects, and let me see, we click on it, unhide, there we go. So again, you may or may not want that in your model, just a matter of preference. So again, we will grab this same one, and let's go ahead and put this on the back as well. So we go around here, and let's just click. Let's use the rotate command, and we'll get this to turn around. And we'll go ahead and grab a point where we can stretch it, or I'm sorry, so we can move it to. And again, this thing is kind of getting in my way again, so let's hide that trim piece. We'll just click hide, and let's turn off that, so we can kind of get the structure or the framing of the door. And oops, let's make sure I'm grabbing the whole door. Use move command. Let's just grab the corner. Give it a second there. Okay. Again, that's another thing with these models. As you can see, the corners are a little bit harder to determine. So let's try that. There we go. Let's go ahead and inset it a couple inches. Actually, let's not do that, so we can show that trim piece. And let's go to View Hidden Objects. We'll select that, click unhide, and there you have your trim piece there as well. So very nice door from Pella. Now the next thing I want to do is show you how we can create that same look of a door without importing it from 3D Warehouse. So let's do that next. Okay, so now let's create a door that is similar to this on our own. So the first thing I'm going to do is draw a line at 3 feet, and then we're going to go up 6 feet 8 inches. Come back 3 feet, and we'll just go ahead and close this off. And then the next thing we're going to do is let's make this into a group. So I'm going to double click, right click, make group. And then we want to double click to activate that group. And let's start off first by offsetting a line 1.5 inches. And next let's offset another line 4 inches. And then we will create some divisions here like they have. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I believe we can just go right through the center there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I don't know how to count, so that's wrong. So another way we can do this is we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 divisions. So if I click here and I right click divide and I say 6, and I'm going to change my style here so we can actually see those nodes that I just created. So if I go to styles and let's go to edit, and we'll go to endpoints, and let's change this to 2, and there we go. Now we see the points that I just created. Let's make sure we're in that group again, and I'm going to draw some lines here. Okay, all right, so now let's do some push pulling. So actually, before I do that, let's offset one more time, 0.5 inches. And I'm just going to double click to repeat that offset. Oops, let's try that again, 0.5, and double click. Okay, now let's erase some of these extra lines that we don't need. Okay, so now let's use the push pull, and let's come out 2 inches on this end, and let's go around the back here, and we'll come out 2 inches there. And then let's make the door 2 inches thick, so let's come out 1 inch, and let's actually, you may have to hit control to toggle that to make that 2 inches out. So now we're 1 inch on each side. And then let's offset our little mullions here at, let's say, 0.25 inches, and then we'll do the same on this end, 0.25, so we get that nice little offset. And then I'm just going to take this piece and come all the way down and hit control to make that piece go away. And I don't really want that little lip there. You wouldn't actually have a lip there. You would have, I guess, a little floor trim piece there. And okay, so now the next thing I want to do is add some glass. So let's go to our paint bucket tool. Let's select this, and let's get back into our group here. And then we're just going to add glass. Okay, now we need a door handle, so I'm going to grab this handle, and just so you know that door handles should be placed at about 36 inches off the ground. So that's about 36 right there, and it's going to be a little bit different depending on each type of door handle you got, but I'm going to go ahead and copy this, and let's escape. Let's get into this, and let's hit paste. And we'll just paste it somewhere, and let's move it to where we want. And I'm going to just grab this and kind of eyeball it for a second. Oops. And it's not liking that too much. Let me hit control to make that copy. And it's not liking that at all. So let's do something else. Let's explode it. And let's see, explode. We'll explode it a couple of times and create a new group out of it. And then let's cut it. And then let's paste. And let's go ahead and rotate it in the direction that we want. So it'll probably be like that. Then let's grab a point so we can place it on our door. And then we want to make sure that this handle is right about at that 36 inches. So I can go ahead and use that align, the lock in the access, get it right about there. And that looks about right. And give it a second to think. And I think we are good. So let's go ahead and match this color. And there we go. We just created that door. Again, it looks pretty much the same, but we don't have all that, something is way over there. How about that? Let's erase that. Okay. Let's clean some of this up. And let's go ahead and pop this into our door group. Just say paste in place. And now let's go ahead and move this into our model. So I'm going to go ahead and use the move command, grab the corner, and let's place it right at the corner there. And there we go. We got our front door. And let's go ahead and move this to the back. Go ahead and click on this corner here. And there we go. Now we have our back door as well. So two different ways you can create doors. Again, you can use the 3D warehouse, but again, you may end up bringing a lot of large files into your drawing, which could really start slowing it down, which you may or may not want. So just be careful of that. But again, this is not a bad door. You get a lot of nice detail with it. But if I'm just looking for an exterior rendering, you can't really tell from this distance any more detail. So just think about that when you are creating your exterior models. Okay, so let's move on to the next lesson.